Hello everyone, channel Astrology is back with one more Saturn transit video. My last two videos were also on Saturn transit. One was on in general interpretation of Saturn transit in Sagittarius, and another one was on the basis of Nakshatra transit. And today's video is about Saturn return in the sign of Sagittarius. So first we'll understand what is Saturn return. When your transit Saturn is going to be in the sign where your birth Saturn is positive, then it will be Saturn return. That means your transit Saturn is going to coincide with the sign of your birth Saturn. Then we call it Saturn return. So suppose your birth Saturn is in Taurus. Your natal Saturn is in Taurus sign. When this transit Saturn is going to be in Taurus, that is the phase going to be Saturn transit for you. And in 27th January, Saturn is going to be in Sagittarius sign. Wherever the people having Saturn in Sagittarius, they are going to have Saturn return. Mostly the people, between the age slab of 28 to 30, they are going to have first Saturn return of their life, and those who are in between the age slab of 58 to 60, they will be having second Saturn return, and those who are very lucky, perhaps they are going to have their third and last Saturn return. Those who are 88 to 90 years of age, okay, so that is going to be their third Saturn return. Now in this pic, you can see Saturn is going to transit from Scorpio to Sagittarius in January 2017. So those who are having already Saturn in Sagittarius sign, they are going to have two Saturn. One who is already sitting in Sagittarius, and another one who is transiting from Scorpio to Sagittarius. So one will be natal Saturn, another one will be transit Saturn. And that's what we call Saturn return. So those who are actually between 28 to 30 years of age, as I said, they are going to have the first Saturn return of their life, and obviously that phase is going to be full of introspection for them. However, the story doesn't end here. Subscribe to the channel, click the button, and I'll be back with all the results. Don't go anywhere, stay tuned. Was in Sagittarius last time during, you can say, 89, 90 or even end of 88 period. So these people, they are going to have Saturn return this time, and it's going to be their first Saturn return actually. So as I said, this period is going to be full of introspection for them. But in Saturn return, those who are going to be almost touching 30 or already in 30 years of age, this is a very crucial time period for them to be serious in life, to take things seriously in life, to show the hard work, to choose the right thing, right path, right career, right path of their life. Why it's only career? In everything, you can say it in the right path of their life. So in that, you need Saturn. When there will be two taskmasters in one sign, one house, and yes, Saturn return doesn't mean that Saturn is only back on the same sign. It is also back on the same house where your Saturn is posited in your birth chart. So there are two Saturn going to work on the same sign and same house. Heavy. So you need a heavy planet like Saturn actually, so who will make it work? The easiest way to handle this, Saturn return, what? To understand what your taskmaster Saturn wants from you, what sort of result he wants to get from you. He wants you to deliver. What sort of lesson he wants to give you, and what sort of hard work he is expecting from you, and how you understand that. Then yeah, what sort of lesson? In which perspective of life this lesson I need to learn? It depends on the lordship and placement of Saturn in your chart. So once you will understand it, then you can jump on it. You can gear up yourself. This is the thing coming up on my way. That's how Saturn will expect from me. So once you will understand that, then it will be very easy way to pass on this Saturn return period, because Saturn return period is going to be for 2.5 years. Saturn, wherever it goes, it takes 2.5 years to change one sign to another. So for 2.5 years, it will be smoother for you. I'm not going to say that it's going to be very peaceful, no. But it will be easier for you to deal with Saturn return period if you understand that what actually Saturn wants from you. In general, this is going to be the complete learning period for all those people who are going to have Saturn return. Learning period to take things seriously, to take your own life seriously, and you should have your own strong ethical points. You just can't keep on floating from one belief to another. You should have your own belief system, because it's where it's happening. It's happening in Sagittarius, the natural ninth sign depicting natural ninth house. So you will have to have your own belief system, your own ethical points. You just can't float as per your convenience. Yes, today I believe in such thing, tomorrow I will be on some other thing. No, Saturn will not let you be in this way. You don't want to learn it, doesn't matter. Saturn will make you. Secondly, mental discipline. This is very important. Saturn will teach you how to have this, how to induce that mental discipline, that part in your life. You don't have to worry for that. Saturn is having 2.5 years to incorporate that in your life. Saturn will definitely bring you on track, and you will resist. That is going to be much more harmful for you. So these two, natural, I would say, natural things Saturn is going to give for all those people who are going to face first Saturn return. And those who are second Saturn return, for them, this is the time for comparison. You compare what you are doing, what is coming to you, and what you need to do. That is going to be full of compare time for you. Now, I want to tell you few things that you should maintain. You should always keep in mind when you are going to have Saturn return to, pass on this phase smoothly. Number one, don't show resistance. Be with the flow. Go with the flow. Because the more you will be rigid, you will show your resistance, the more you will have to suffer, because Saturn wants you to work hard. Saturn wants you to see that you should be wise, you should be experienced, you should be hardworking, you should be practical, reasonable, enriched with all the practical experience. Saturn doesn't want you to be emotional fool. Saturn doesn't want you to be just wandering here and there. Saturn wants you to be efficient. So that transformation phase is going to, you people are going to face actually those who are going to have Saturn return. So transition phase, transformation phase is never a fairy tale story. It's always hard. And once you will get transformed, then it's an easy thing. People only see that yes, he became Brad Pitt, but how he became, the transition phase was not at all good enough. That was hard. That was really hard for you. But today you start. So that way, this is going to be transformation phase for all these people. Secondly, Saturn wants you to work hard, understand it, what sort of work he wants, and do it. Don't be lazy giving your best output, giving your best shot. And when you will do hard work, and yes, the more important thing, I will say, most important thing, don't keep backlog. Don't keep pending of work. Whatever you are doing, whatever the process you are going through, finish it up, because Saturn doesn't like pending things. Saturn doesn't like backlog. And when you will follow all these things, you are definitely gonna be rewarded. Saturn will reward you. And once Saturn rewards, it is going to be durable. It is going to be with you for your whole life. Entire life. Why? Because you earned it. You earned it by your own hard work. So no one can take it, and you are not going to lose it. And during your Saturn return, whoever was just enjoying life on father's money, on whoever was flaunting something, whoever was having luxurious life, thinking that yes, I'm having everything, nothing to worry and all, Saturn is going to take everything back. Or Saturn will make your condition really tough, so that you should work. It should not be something by anyone else. It should be self-earned. So perhaps you will feel very upset, but slowly at the end you will understand that you cannot keep something which is not earned by you for a long time. That's actually the mantra of Saturn. When Saturn gives, that is going to be durable for whole life. That's the beauty of Saturn, I will say. That's why perhaps I love Saturn. Ever since I understood how Saturn works in my life, I am really in love with Saturn. And before I end up all, I will give one example and one tip. The example is, suppose your Saturn is in 5th house, Sagittarius, and now transit Saturn is going to come over your natal Saturn, and you are going to have your Saturn return. And your partner, your boyfriend, who was just telling you that yes, I'm gonna get married, yes, we'll be serious this year, that year, next year, or yes, I'm trying to talk about you to my parents, to my family. Perhaps he was right, perhaps he was not right. He was faking it. He was completely fake. Whatever it was, when Saturn will be, again over here, so all the things about this, all the matters about that house, 5th house, as I'm taking the example of your 5th house, Saturn is going to clear up everything. Saturn doesn't like unnecessary burden. Saturn is a practical, practical planet. It doesn't like taking unnecessary burden, whether it's emotional, physical, whatever, burden on your shoulder and going on and on in life. Saturn will make it clear this way, that way, that it's going to work or it's not going to work. It will be either do or die condition. So you will be understanding with the time that whether your partner was faking or you was true. So that's the beauty actually, that's a good thing, rather than dragging something forever, taking things for granted, but actually that's the beauty. And I will say, you need to understand Saturn's positioning. It's not only about 5th house, about almost every other houses. So that was my one example. I am sure people will be getting it for other houses too. How to evaluate it? And before I end up, one tips to all of you. Be cooperative with your Saturn return, because Saturn wants to see you efficient, practical, and rich with all the practical, experience, practical knowledge, so that you can sail smoothly for next 30 years of your life. So it's like, now you're working hard, you will be enjoying later, and you will be rewarded for sure, granted. And giving you guarantee, Saturn is going to give you reward. If Saturn can give me reward for my hard work, why not you? What's wrong with you? Saturn is not your enemy. So just enjoy and utilize this period. I would say this transformation phase you cannot escape from, right? You cannot stop your Saturn. When you can't stop, then why not you utilize it and balance it? That's the beauty. That's how you need to see the transit, you need to see the planets. So that is for all. I am sure now you people started understanding, you people started working in your mind how to tackle and how to work on this Saturn transit period. Now it's time to click the button again over here and subscribe the channel. So when I will be doing next Kemudrom Dosh, because I'm also kind of tired of doing all the Saturn videos. This is a kind of like month-long Saturn transit videos I am making one by one. Perhaps I'll be making 2 more. One is for all ascendant results and another one for those who are gonna have Saraswati. Then yes, again Ashtama Shani. Oh, never-ending list. So guys, whatever is your query about Saturn transit in 2017, I would say put your query over here in YouTube, because over here there is not much of people, and in Facebook there are so many people, they are asking questions. At times I keep on missing out. Okay, so it's better if you write here. So I'll be back with you and bye bye.